Hi everyone, Michele Courage here from michelecourage.com, coming to you from the Galactic Studio. Wow, I haven't been online for a little while. I haven't been chatting online or doing anything like that. I've been quite deep in a process in the painting behind me. It is it's been quite a deep painting. It's been quite a deep process of working through a lot of big energy, put it that way, big energy. It's all to do with the Annunaki Codes. And for those of you who don't know about the Anunnaki, look it up. It's it's got a bit of a bad rap, but it's fine. It was an interesting process to go through and do this painting, working with the rehabilitated new higher vibrational blueprints coming through for the Anunnaki, and necessary onto earth now for the warriors to step forward and in a better sort of higher vibrational energy. Those warriors will now start stepping forward much more. It was very galactic, a huge amount of energy. It took a lot of really quite me going quite deep into the process. I'm actually quite relieved it's finished and done. I've been quite spacey and quite all over the place since I've started working with the energies in this painting. My guides told me that it was going to be a deep process. I had an amazing sound healing when I went out to... I actually had the opportunity to do a sound healing with Jason Houghton at the Stones. So it's called Stonehenge Aotearoa, which is in New Zealand. It's just a sort of a sacred place that has been replicated with the stones in New Zealand. And just fascinating what transpired there for me personally during the sound healing. And I'll probably make a video of it sometime. Not right now, it's just all a bit fresh. But I thought, because it's Friday and it's the I think it's the 27th of April, I thought I would draw some cards today and just lighten the mood a little. There's a few things that have happened in my community which have been quite distressing for a few people, and I thought, well, okay, let us just put some really lighter energy onto the day and call in some information around what people would need to hear from me today, from my guides. Okay, the first card. Oh, nice. Okay, so this is a card called Muriel. It's from this beautiful Divine Feminine deck. It's the Divine Feminine Archangel Oracle by Claire Stone, illustrated by Parita Naran. What a beautiful card. And you can see it says, Muriel, remember who you are. And there's a dolphin involved. There's a angelic type of depiction of a woman with wings. And it looks very ethereal, even there at the bottom there. That looks really interesting, what's going on there. So let's see what Claire Stone has got to say about this one specifically. So it's from Archaea Muriel. So Archaea Muriel, brought bright wisdom of the sea, is the angel of earth and water. She is the wisdom keeper of the lost civilization Lemuria, and her twin ray angel is Archangel Jeremiel. Now that's really interesting, because working with this painting, I was very called to work with Lemurian energy, and so have been wearing my Lemurian scarf, which is basically a scarf with my artwork being depicted on it. Lemurian energy is very connected to the earth. It's a Christ consciousness. It's got beautiful connection into humanity and people working together. So this is basically the scarf, and It's just really stunning. So I've been wearing that a lot. So it's really interesting, and working with the Lemurian energy, it's really interesting that for those of you who don't know, every painting of mine, I do a scarf with it, and I do a limited edition prints that are coming out soon. And every painting that I do is a very deep dive into energies around whatever I'm called to at that time. So this is the one I've just done. I've done Lemurian, I've done a Pleiadian, I've even done a Galactic Ganesha. Most recently I also did a Hathor, Codes of Hathor. I've done the Archangel Metatron, and the Archangel Michael one is just at the photographers being captured as we speak, so that I could bring that beautiful painting to people who don't want to have the huge original, or you know, the limited edition prints are a bit more affordable than the original. And obviously the scarves are also a beautiful way of wearing that energy around you. So yeah, really interesting that this RKA Muriel has come in, who's very linked and wisdom keeper to Lemuria, and that the Lemurian energy is very, very it's all about community. And I'm really feeling that what the whole world is going through at the moment with the fuel shortage, it's and you know, and obviously there's pockets of real strife going on in the world. This community energy that's coming through. So Archaea Muriel's crystals are Larimar, Lemurian star seeds, and moss agate. So I definitely have got some Lemurian crystals, which are absolutely gorgeous. The one I'm wearing at the moment is a citrine. I've been called to wear yellow and citrine a lot at the moment for 2026. So if you do have a either Lemurian crystal or a citrine crystal, really great to wear at the moment. This one is done by Cass. She's just an incredible artist, and she has done this one. It's just really gorgeous. And again, the yellow crystal, very important. So Archaea Muriel is wrapping her etheric wings of light around you and showering you with love. She wants you to relax so that you can take heed of her powerful message. She says it's time to remember who you are. And I think a lot of us are really starting to step into this remembrance. We're starting to realize, gee whiz, you know, there's more to this than just us being along, you know, growing up and having our little things happen and driving a car and striving to buy a house. And, you know, we're starting to realize the galacticness of us, you know, that we are galactic beings having a earthly human experience here on Earth. So do you ever get the sense that the truth of your soul is on the tip of your tongue, like a distant memory about to flood into your consciousness? Or have you ever felt an innate yearning to go home, as though you're misplaced in the wrong time or country? These are all clues that pinpoint towards you having profound past lifetimes that still echo in your subconscious mind. Muriel is taking you back to ancient Lemuria. How beautiful is that? Just as this civilization encoded spiritual knowledge within the crystals of the earth, starseed codes were embedded within you too. It's time to decipher the meaning of your life. So yeah, Lemuria, the Lemurians were very, very connected to the earth. They absolutely moved as one. The community was, I always liken it to when there's a whole bunch of birds in the sky, and you watch them and they're flying all together in formation. They never actually lose the last little one that sort of drops off. The whole mob, as it were, would slow down and wait for that one to catch up so that they can flow again in that beautiful togetherness. And that those Lemurian vibes are really being pulled into the earth at the moment, especially this time, 2026. The earth is going through a mass awakening, mass change. You know, some have likened it to the same kind of stuff that happened in 2020 with the C virus. And so we are definitely going through another awakening around that. Part of the painting behind me is about bringing and anchoring in those codes, the codes of the warrior codes coming in. That the warriors are able to recognize that within themselves and stand up and be seen so that others can see them, because, you know, nobody's going to stand up and be counted if nobody's around them are doing that. So if the ones that are speaking their truth and no matter what believe things and say what they believe in their heart, they are doing that mainly also so that others can see them and say, hey, I agree with you. I'm there. I'm standing with you. So Muriel is taking you back to ancient Lemuria, just as the civilization encoded spiritual knowledge within the crystals of the earth. Starseed codes were embedded within you too. So you are a starseed. We all come from the galactic, universe. And you have had a past lifetime in Lemuria. You may even be running it concurrently at the same time. You know, I definitely believe that, but that's another video for another day. You have an affinity with water, so recharge your batteries by taking a dip. So sometimes it's really good to take a dip in the ocean if you can, or have a salt bath, crystal bath. It's just very cleansing. Or what I do every time I step into the shower, I bless the water that's coming through that faucet, and then ask the water to cleanse my energy field, cleanse my soul. And remember, when you bless that water that you've been standing in, that water goes back into the earth and becomes regenerated earth that goes back up to the sky and rains down blessed water. It's a beautiful way of giving back to the earth in a very simple way. So work with crystal skulls or starseed crystals to connect with ancient knowledge. I really prefer working with starseed crystals or Lemurian seed crystals. They're beautiful energy to work with. I also work with some other crystals that I have here in my studio. They are very high vibrational crystals. I'm trying to think of what their names are at the moment. Oh my goodness. Brandberg. They're Brandberg. What's it called? Brandberg crystals. You can look them up. Brandberg crystals. They're beautiful. They've got amethyst and often smoky quartz in them. And they're very special, come from Africa, very special crystals with a very high vibrational energy. So look for the crystals which have got very high vibrational energy. Unfortunately, some of them are quite expensive to work with, but you only need one or two. In my healings and when I do energy sessions, if a client is open and they need it, I offer them to hold the two crystals while I'm working with them. And it just amplifies everything. If you've got a really starseed crystals, or high energy, high vibrational crystals, really amplify the energy around you and amplify what you're trying to achieve. So you can also, in your idea, in your thought patterns, try and connect in with Archangel Muriel. Ask that energy to come in and work with you and connect with her energy and be ready to receive downloads. And your affirmation is, I remember everything I need to know. So that's a lovely card today from the Divine Feminine Arcade deck. Really lovely message today from our guides. And I love the fact that this is also the ocean. very much ocean energy, very much a cleansing energy for us as humans to go and step in the ocean. I can't remember when I last stepped into the ocean. Having moved to New Zealand, I am not the wildest about getting into cold water. So whenever we go away sort of to islands or to Australia, I love swimming in the water there because it's warmer. New Zealand waters are cold, even if it's height of summer, pretty cold for this person who's got South African blood. Oh, interesting. Okay, so that is a very interesting card that has come up. This is Kali Ma. So Kali Ma is a really kick-ass energy that's come in. She's often depicted with a red tongue because she licked the demons. She licked her demons, the blood of her demons, and so her tongue is often depicted as red. And she's got a lot of skulls around her because she had a lot to overcome in her lifetimes, and she overcame a lot, and she's very warrior-like, takes no prisoners, takes no shit. And divine severance, cut the cords to dramas, fears, and limitations, which is really, really interesting. There's a lot of drama and a lot of limitation going on at the moment. The thoughts around, the fears around, the dramas around what's going on in the outside world. And the message is to cut those ties. If you can't listen to and be on social media for while you're on social media, and you cannot let go of that shitty energy, please do yourself a favor and just step away for at least a day. Don't listen to the dramas. Don't listen to the people that are saying, we're going to run out of this and we're going to do this. And you know what? We as human beings need to hold our light within us. The more of us that are sitting holding into this beautiful energy, that's holding the beautiful energy that we know is around us, that is right around us, we can change the outcomes. If we all buy into the fear and buy into the shitty energy and buy into the fact that it's all going to go to, whatever, and it's all being controlled by one megalomaniac, it's honestly, it doesn't serve us at all. No, it will not serve us. So let me just have a quick see if I can get what this deck is. The Divine Masters Oracle by Kyle Gray, and this Kali Ma is probably, Kali Ma is the Hindu goddess of death and rebirth, and that is so true. We are going through a major death of the way things are working on this planet. It's not working for us. It's not working for the man in the street, the everyday person who's got a soft heart and who just wants to have a lovely life. It's being controlled by a whole bunch of people that are power hungry, money hungry, greed. I mean, like I said, wherever there's something going on, just look and follow the money trail. So Kali Ma is coming in to help us through this death and rebirth. She is the destroyer of evil forces and the protector of liberation. This card is absolutely what we need at the moment. How amazing. And going together with Muriel. Remember who we are. We are gods in our own right. Okay. So Kali Ma coming in for us to help us to use her energy to step into that power. And then Muriel saying, remember who you are. Let's read a little bit more about what Kyle Gray says about the Divine Master Kali Ma. So, in Hindu pantheon, she is the most powerful expression of Shakti, who is ultimately an expression of life force energy in a dynamic feminine form. And I really believe that the divine feminine is rising up. And it's not here to rise up above the masculine energy. It is here to rise up to the balance of where we're supposed to be, where the masculine and the feminine are in perfect balance. We complement one another so beautifully when we're in perfect balance. In Sanskrit, Kala means darkness and Ma means to bring or create. So Kali Ma is the bringer of darkness. Darkness isn't to be feared, however. Over the years, especially in Western culture, we've been told that it's bad, but in fact, it's a sacred part of life. You have to go down to go up, go into the lower vibration to realize what a high vibration is. Before we were born, we were all wrapped in the darkness of the womb. The earth herself was born in the darkness of the cosmic sky. And every night when we sleep, we step back into the space. So the great goddess Kali brings the energy of creation, birth, and renewal. So everything, whenever there's a dark period in history, there's a huge push towards the light again. And I really believe that the earth is at this precipice of pushing into the light and shedding darkness. And that's why this is all coming up. All these things that are coming up that's shocking some people. Many of us have already known about all this stuff. This is the reason. So the message is stop right there. Don't let dramas or other disruptive energies get between you and the light you were born to be. So important. Don't let the dramas overcome your light. Before a molehill becomes a mountain, release yourself from a situation that is only going to drain you and bring you pain. Don't focus on the lack. Don't focus on what the people are doing in pockets of the world. In your little part of the world, I guarantee you there is some beautiful light that you can focus on. And yeah, I mean, release yourself from a situation that's only going to drain you and bring you pain. And it will. If you sit in misery, if you continuously focus on that, you sit in that energetic, vibrational energy, and what happens? What they say, misery loves company. That the shitty energy is you're gonna be drawing it to you. Put your line in the sand and say, today, I'm not doing that. I am not going to be an amplifier of darkness. So today, the universe, through the great goddess Kali, is encouraging you to cut the cords between you and unnecessary people, places, and situations. Do it now. Your soul desires freedom and liberation. In your current circumstances, you are holding the wheel of karma in your own hand, and you get to decide if a situation takes over your energy or not. We are completely in control of this. As an earth, as a whole, I believe that we can choose to feed the dark energy that is currently happening in pockets in the world, or we can choose to dissipate it and focus on the light. Don't let yourself be pulled into something that is not yours to deal with or carry. Take your karma and your future back into your own hands. And if you're afraid, good. That means you're on the cusp of something great unfolding. We are, as humanity, starting a process that is just an incredible journey. And we can choose to step into it and through it in a light way, holding and surrounded by the light. Look out for my next video, which I will be talking to you probably next week about the new Archangel Michael painting that I've just done, and the energies around that incredible painting. That it's not about protection. It's not about that fear-based protection where we're talking about. And Archangel Michael was amazing to work with in that energy of what he was trying to explain to me. So look out for that video. Like and subscribe this video if you want to know more about the different paintings that I do and the different processes that I go through and the beautiful new galactic messages that I bring through for each painting that I work on. So yeah, I'm going to leave you with that. Kali Ma and Archaea Muriel. Beautiful, beautiful message for today, Friday. And I will leave you with that. I will chat to you soon.